Being able to focus for 1 hour straight is becoming a rare human skill, and the people who master it over the next few years are going to dominate everyone else. But the problem is that your brain has been trained to need a distraction every few seconds. And if you don't reverse this, you'll spend your entire life wanting success without ever being able to sit still long enough to earn it. In this video, I'm going to share with you 2 key protocols that I use to skyrocket my focus. It is these protocols that allowed me to go from someone who failed multiple subjects in high school to now become a software engineer at Fortune 500 companies and become the best performing student in competitive engineering programs. So let's get right into them. The most powerful thing that you can do for your focus is to train it as soon as you get up. It doesn't really matter what exactly you're focusing on. It could be that you're reading a book or writing some code or working on an assignment. It doesn't matter as long as it requires you to focus. I got into this habit about 5 years ago by listening to Hamza talk about it. Ever since then, nearly every single day of my life has been started by focusing on a task, and I swear that has just leveled up my attention span significantly. Don't be that dude that wakes up and starts scrolling or checking messages, because once you do that, you activate so many different regions of your brain, which now makes it much harder to focus on something later on in the day. Additionally, early morning scrolling or texting gives you a taste of quick dopamine, which further makes it unlikely that you are going to do something productive later on in the day. What I would recommend is that you do the following 3 things each night before you go to bed. Firstly, clean your room and your table. This way, when you wake up in the morning and see that beautiful clean table, you are going to be much more okay with the idea of working. Second thing to do before you go to bed today is decide what are you going to work on tomorrow morning, and then actually keep the notes or the material for that thing ready on your table, so that all you have to do is simply wake up and start working. There's no friction at all. The last thing that you should do each night is put your phone on flight mode so that you don't wake up to any notifications and you're not tempted to check your phone in the morning. I've been following this practice for years, and I cannot stress how much easier it is to focus when you're not being bombarded with random notifications. There are 2 main categories of work: deep work and shallow work. When I say deep work, I mean uninterrupted concentration being applied to something that is a bit cognitively demanding, such as writing a script, doing calculus, reading a book, or just thinking hard about something. Doing deep work is what usually gets the ball moving in the right direction. On the other hand, there is another category of work called shallow work. These are things which are often less cognitively demanding and can almost be done on autopilot. Things like responding to emails or organizing your notes or attending meetings, etc. Shallow work is not typically what is going to advance you in your craft, yet it is necessary to keep things afloat. However, the problem is that most people are stuck doing shallow work. If you're a student looking to get a high CGPA, sure, organizing your notes is going to help a bit, but what is going to help the most is you sitting down for multiple hours a day in a quiet spot and studying those relevant topics. If you are an entrepreneur looking to scale your business, sure, responding to emails or comments is going to help. But what is going to help even more is you sitting down for hours uninterrupted and working on your business. According to studies, most people have the ability to do around 4 hours of deep quality work without losing focus. But the truth is that most people are doing less than 1 hour of deep work a day, and that is the key reason why they don't have good focus in life. Their focus is simply undertrained. What I would recommend is that you start sitting down with a stopwatch and start tracking your deep work hours. And every couple of days, your target should be to push yourself just a little bit more. Maybe increase the duration of your work session or add another work session later in the day. Keep doing this until you start doing 3 to 4 hours of deep work, and I guarantee you your overall focus is going to skyrocket. A couple of years ago, when I was just so used to scrolling all day, sitting down and trying to focus was kind of hard, it was frustrating, and so naturally I avoided it because I was horrible at it. But the truth is, if you really want to build a good attention span and focus in life, you would have to go through those challenging and frustrating times and just know that it's okay. Because you don't just walk into a gym and on your very first day lift the heaviest weight. So why would you expect that out of your focus? So just be patient, try to focus and experience tolerable amounts of discomfort. And a couple of weeks later, before you even know it, focusing is going to begin to feel effortless. As always, in case no one has told you this, I am rooting for you.